Hello and welcome to my video 5.5 multiplying and dividing by a constant. So we're looking at polynomials and how to divide them and how to multiply them by a constant, which means just a regular number, no variable, no x usually. Okay, so we will see something like simplify the following, and we're going to be given a polynomial, and this first one here you should recognize because we've been working with that, especially in a subtraction situation. So, like, let's say we have x squared plus x, and then we have that in brackets, and then we're subtracting some polynomial. Well, what we've been doing is, if you've been doing how I suggested, is we've been flipping the signs. So what we've been doing is we've been multiplying in this negative number to flip the sign. This becomes negative, this becomes positive, this becomes negative, and this becomes positive. So we've sort of flipped the sign, and we can rewrite out that polynomial differently. So let me show you how to do that. So if I multiply this in, 1, 2, 3, what we're going to end up getting is negative 2x squared positive 3x minus 9. So we've been working with that, and hopefully over the last couple classes you've gotten this idea. But what you're actually doing here, and you might not realize this yet, is you're multiplying this negative 1. You're multiplying that into the brackets. And so you're already doing some of this topic, but you just didn't know it yet. So let's take a look at this, and hopefully it becomes more clear as we go. So we have 3, and then there's nothing in between, which means you have an invisible multiplying. 3 times 2x. Well, it's 3 times 2 apples is how you can think about it. That's all it is. So x is some unknown, or better yet, if I go with what I've been saying before, let's call it baskets, right? So 3 times 2 baskets. So 3 groups of 2 baskets. So let's just draw that out. So we've got 1, 2 baskets with our little fancy, oh wow, you can't even tell that that's a basket. And there you go, basket. There you go, basket, okay? So it's my fancy little basket. And I'm not going to draw the rest of them so carefully, but that's one group of 2 baskets. Another group of 2 baskets, right? Basket, basket. And another group of 2 baskets. All right, so how many baskets are there in total? Well, there's 6 baskets. So without doing the math, we can just count. We've just counted and we've circled groups and whatever, 6 baskets, 6x. Well, here, you might notice 6 is the same thing as 2 times 3, which is all you're going to do. So you just multiply the numbers, coefficients together, or the constant by the coefficient, sorry, to get 6. Awesome. So let me draw that out slightly differently. 3 multiplied into the brackets. Just like we've done before, just like we did with the green up here, we're doing it again. Okay, let's try this again. Same thing, different numbers. This is a polynomial. Ooh, scary. But really, same steps. Multiply it in, multiply it in, multiply it in. So 3 times 5 is 15, x squared. 3 times 2 is 6x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. Make sure you keep that. All right, good to go. So you could also, I'm going to actually change this next one to a minus 6, just to have something different. So we could have a minus number, which is going to flip the sign, just like we had over here. So minus numbers could happen. Okay, let's try this. Now it looks slightly different. I don't prefer to write out the multiplying like this. It looks kind of weird to me, but for those of you who, for the times when we might see that, I'll write it like this. So those are the 3 ways it's going to be multiplying into the brackets. Just like before, just like the purple above, we're multiplying into the brackets. Okay, so first thing, negative x times positive 1 is negative x, and then we keep the x squared the same. Negative x times negative 2 is positive 12, and we keep the x the same. Negative 6 times positive 3 is negative 18. So there you go. That is multiplying in a nutshell. We've done all of the multiplying of constants that we're going to do on this video. So hopefully that's helpful. And we're going to start division, which is just slightly harder to do, but it's just basically the opposite of what we just did for multiplication. Okay, so here is some division, and we are going to try to do this sort of a different way. Now, yes, what you're doing is you're dividing whatever's inside by 2. So let's say we do that. Well, here we've got 10. Oh, this is going to take a long time. 10 baskets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so baskets. I'm not going to draw them. So there's 10 baskets there, and we need to make 2 groups. Well, if I go like that, now how many groups or how many baskets are in each group? Well, there are 5 baskets in each group. So without doing the math, we have 5x. Okay, so all we ended up doing was we divided 10 by 2. Now, I'm going to show you this as a different way to look at it. What this 2 is doing is it's actually multiplying into the brackets, just the same way, except that we're multiplying a half into the brackets. So what happens is once we multiply it in, we're actually ending up with 10 over 2x, and then we have to get a simpler fraction, okay? Which then we can do that and we get 5 over 1x or just 5x. So hopefully you can see that this is a little bit of a proof for the fact that this works the same way as the multiplication, distributing into the brackets. Okay, which means that if that's the case, we can, first of all, we'll break this next one up just like that. So this will be going in here, going in here, going in here, which will then give us 12 over 4x squared minus 8 over 4x plus 4 over 4, which if we simplify, 12 divided by 4 is 3x squared, minus 8 divided by 4 is minus 2x, plus 4 over 4 is 1. Okay? So you can do it that way, or if you go directly just straight down to this step, to this final answer, I'm fine with that as well, because this, you can see, is just rewriting out what we've already done here. So it's not necessary, but if you want to, you can write it. Okay, last one. Here it is. So it's just a different order, but it's the same thing. So the dividing is going to be going there, there, and there. So it's going all parts of the brackets. So 56 divided by 7 is 8, and we keep the x squared, plus 14 divided by 7 is 2, minus 21 divided by 7 is 3. Oops, that should be 2x. And then minus 3. So pretty straightforward. Basically the same method. Now, I want to also just say that if we had a minus 7, all that would happen is, if it was minus, we would flip the sign everywhere. So it would look like this. Okay? So when we do 56 divided by minus 7 equals negative 8. 14, positive 14 divided by minus 7 is negative 2. Minus 21 divided by minus 7 is positive 3. So I want to make that clear. If you're dividing by a negative, you flip the sign as well. Just like if you multiply by a negative. Alright. I hope that helps, and I hope you have some better understanding of multiplying and dividing by a constant. Good luck.